Vin and I are friends, but he won't just let me stroll into his boss's office.
I think it's my turn to ask the questions.
Max.
Loretta was in the house last night. Owen's recklessness could have gotten her killed.
Owen fast-tracked a planned demolition. Loretta was creeping around a condemned building in the middle of the night. Who's reckless here?
I don't understand. You were the president of Abraxas. Doesn't this bother you?
Of course it does. I want to keep Caledon weird. And I want to keep the Abraxas house in all of its haunted glory. But this is happening. All I can do is advocate. For Abraxas, you, and the arts in general, I'm doing my best. Now, are you gonna take my word for it? Or...
If you're working today, does that mean Owen is too?
Locked in there all morning. And no, you can't talk to him. I can't even get in there, and I've got 10 urgent messages for him.
You need help getting Owen's attention? Loretta is planning to release her podcast about the demolition tonight. But maybe if Owen gives her the comment she's after, he can reduce the damage.
Holy shit. That will get his attention. And, oh god, make him supremely angry. Still, thank you.
Vin, I need that file from the archive by end of day.
Got it right here. Sir, I have to speak with you immediately.
Not now.
It's new information about that podcast.
Fine. Walk with me.
That should buy me enough time to search the office.
The thing about rewinding time is, even when you undo things, you can't undo the guilty feelings you get for doing them.
Managed to talk my way into the president's office. Normally I wouldn't suspect Caledon's president of arson. But someone's about to burn down the building he wants to get rid of. Did he lose his key or something? Everyone keeps saying that the Abraxas house is badly damaged. But I didn't see anything wrong.
Nice, still logged in.
Owen's trying to seem more likable, so he outsources the job to a chatbot. This fucking guy. Oh, that doesn't sound like Owen at all.
Hi, I'm Callie, your Caledon automated assistant. How can I help you today? The Abraxas Society was founded in 1962 by Gretchen Kostok. Originally known as the Caledon Women's Equality League, the group is open to all students in good academic standing.
Was worth a shot.
Instructor Caulfield, your class size and inattention to grading have raised questions as to the efficacy of your course.
Wow, even the robot knows that Owen doesn't respect me. Breaking into his own files? That weird email to Yasmin? That wasn't Owen just now. Holy shit. Safi. What was she doing in Owen's office? She asked Vin to get a file for her. She's up to something. Oh no.
Max? Are you, like, in there? Owen just said he's been trying to break into his office? I told him he's crazy. But he insisted I check.
Can I hint something that would make Moses happy?
I really hope no one is in there listening to me.
No Vin, no problem. Like I was never even here. You want to play cat and mouse, Safi? Let's play. Safi could be anywhere by now. Knowing her, she probably stuck around to watch me squirm.
I need your assurance that our understanding still holds. This isn't just about Abraxas' future, Reggie. It's about yours, too.
Max, hey. I needed to ask you about yesterday's assignment. Do you have a minute? Sorry, President Teller, I really need to understand this whole a negative space thing.
Why do I suspect you're not looking to talk photography?
Sorry, I just needed to get out of there.
Are you okay?
It's been a day. Owen's breathing down my neck, up to my ass in angry emails, and now Marlon says I'm acting crazy.
Why would he say that?
When I saw him this morning, he asked if he could borrow something important, and now he's saying he never even saw me. Stoner. He probably just lost it and he doesn't want to admit it. But it's extremely important for reasons that are extremely time sensitive.
Does it have to do with the Mabon party by any chance?
Mabon? What is that?
Reggie, I know the party was officially canceled. It would be a very bad idea to hold it anyway.
I always appreciate your advice, Max. It's fine. There's probably a whole stack of them down in the basement. I just need to get there early.
So the party is still at the Abraxas house. Good to know.
What was that talk with you and Owen about? It sounded intense.
Nothing important. Just ensuring the success of Caledon 2.0. No pressure.
He said the two of you had an understanding?
Understanding? Who really understands anything these days? What does that word even mean, you know?
Reggie, I know there's a lot going on. Just be careful.
I always am. See you around, Max.
That was definitely Reggie. But what about the rest of the quad? When Safi was impersonating Owen, she took a Caledon folder from Vin. That's my tell. Anyone with a Caledon folder could be Safi. I need to check out each one I find. The man has absolutely no hold on this guy. Safi knows all the English teachers. If she wanted to...
Are we sure we want to do this? What if my husband finds out?
I already told my husband. He was excited until I told him he couldn't watch.
Oh, Max, can you give us a moment? We're discussing some plans.
Still no sign of Safi. I have to keep looking. Safi saw my class. Maybe she'd shapeshift as one of my students to...
Hey, Jeanette.
Oh, hey, Max. Fancy seeing you here.
Doing some alfresco homework?
Oh, no, it's a personal project.
Were you pleased with the photos you took in class?
Definitely. But I wanted to get a few more to choose from. I asked Reggie if he wanted to shoot together, but he said he had some pressing plans. Lame.
I'll leave you to it. See you in class.
Max, have you ever... I'm sort of thinking about applying to grad school.
For what?
Oh. I shouldn't have... Never mind.
Wait, Jeanette, I didn't...
It's cool, Max. I'll see you in class.
Did I hear that right?
Down with President Keller!
I've been meaning to ask you, have you ever considered applying to grad school for photography?
Yes, actually. I wanted to ask you about it, but I figured if you thought it was a good idea, you would have brought it up.
I only have a GED. You don't need grad school to be a professional photographer, but it's certainly an option.
Oh, right, you're self-taught. I always forget that. Most of the applications require an artist statement, so I've been working on one. Would you mind taking a look?
I'd love to.
Ugh, it sounds really pretentious.
Artist statements are just like that. You're right in the pocket.
I know it's a long shot, but I really love your class, and some of these programs have financial aid, so...
So what on earth do you have to lose by applying?
Exactly.
Okay, let's meet after class on Tuesday. I'll do my own research on MFA programs, and we can touch base.
That would be amazing.
Hey, don't wait for other people to tell you that you're an artist. You are an artist, whether they see it or not.
Wow. Thanks, Max. I'm so lucky to have you as my mentor.
Don't start crying. Don't start crying.
President Keller, save the Abraxas house. Down with President Keller, save the Abraxas house. Down with President... Down with President Teller! Save the Abraxas house! Down with President Teller! Save the Abraxas house!
Hell yeah, man. Exercise that right to protest.
Use it or lose it, am I right? Down with President Teller! Save the Abraxas house! 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 Down with President Teller! Down with President...
Reggie is working really hard to advocate for Abraxas. I don't think this will help.
Gotta mix direct action with institutional pressure. Down with President Teller! Save the Abraxas house! Down with President Teller! Save the Abraxas house!
Safi was just shapeshifted as Owen. Maybe she didn't have time to change yet.
I don't mean to interrupt.
Well, unless you want to help me liaise with the Abraxas Alumni Network, you are. Excuse me.
I can't just push Owen to talk. What if it's the real Owen? I need to rewind and regroup.
Down with President Teller! Save the Abraxas!
President Teller's sitting in the quad over there. I'm not sure he can hear you.
I can do something about that. Thanks, lady.
I hope the power of protest is enough to get Owen away from that folder.
Defend the students' right to self-govern! Save the Abraxas!
What is it now?
Well, this certainly wasn't pulled from the archives. Must be the real Owen.
Reggie's gonna deal with it. Did you know he was an economics major before he met you and switched to visual arts? What a shame.
So you became the president of a liberal arts college, but you hate the arts. What's that about?
Contrary to the graffiti around campus, I'm not a heartless suit. For example, I'm something of a collector of Stieglitz prints.
You know, Stieglitz was one of the first people to champion photography as an art form.
He was, though I'm sure Stieglitz would be horrified at the state of postmodern art.
Well, Stieglitz has been dead nearly 100 years. I'd feel disappointed if he wasn't a little freaked out by my work. Your plans to expand the campus are receiving a lot of pushback. Have you had any second thoughts?
Of course not. The situation in academia is dire. If we aren't aggressive in securing our future, we won't have one.
If you change Caledon beyond recognition, have you secured its future at all?
A question for philosophers and linguists who, despite my better judgment, still have majors here.
You really seem to have it out for the Abraxas Society.
Yes. Out there, I want to get rid of a damaged building and build some much-needed classroom space.
I have nothing against a new science building. But Loretta
Rice is tenacious in her pursuit of rumor and nonsense, all the more reason to demolish the house and move past the rumors once and for all.
I'll let you get back to it.
Please.
Well, this certainly wasn't pulled from the archives. Must be the real Owen.
I'll let you get back.
Definitely not Safi. Definitely still the worst. Well, this certainly wasn't pulled from the archives. Must be the real Owen.
Down with President Teller!
Is Abraxas scheduling any sort of formal protest this weekend?
Nah, we'll be too busy sleeping it off.
Sleeping what off?
You know, it.
Good talk.
Down with President Teller! Save the Abraxas house! Down with President...
Okay, so they were talking about doing a presentation together. That makes way more sense than where my mind went.
Please tell me Safi isn't with her mother right now. Or being her mother right now.
Max, you're out here. That's great.
Complaining about the new boss to the old boss?
And to think I used to complain about her. I didn't know how good I had it.
Nor does Owen. Once everything calms down, he'll be able to appreciate everything you're doing for him. Just give him time.
I know how she manipulates people with flattery, but it still works.
Is this an official graduate program performance review?
Officially? No. Unofficially, I could not be prouder or more honored that Vin is the first Regents Chair grant recipient of my tenure.
I never thought I'd make it to college, let alone business school. Caledon's given me so much. And yet, somehow I managed to give it even more in return.
This grant is set up to foster the next generation of Caledon leadership. There is no one more deserving.
Owen has a lot of big plans for the school. How is the board handling it?
The way they handle everything, by clutching their pearls. And they're all rich retirees, so they literally wear pearls.
We do. We have a call scheduled this afternoon to hear some updates about his Caledon 2.0 plans. I'm sure it will be as lively as ever.
If not livelier.
I'll leave you two to catch up.
Enjoy your weekend. The campus is beautiful this time of year.
Yeah, go take your next famous photo. Preferably of me.
You know I always support your work, Maxine, but if you take his portrait before you take mine...
Don't listen to her.
Maybe I can use this photo to get to the folder on the table.
Mind if I move that folder? My last shot felt a little cluttered.
Thank you for reminding me. It's yours. That auditing student handed it to me and told me to pass it on if I saw you. Strange girl.
While we'd love to stay in pose, we really should get ready for the call with the board. Pray for us.
That was fun. Meet me at the Turtle for part 2. XOXO. Safi's just fucking with me now. She's not even here. Safi's been one step ahead of me this whole time. Hopefully now I can get some answers.
It started in December, but lately it's been getting worse. So I came to Max for help. And she told me, I guess you know, that I died. That my memories of what happened to us after high school didn't happen. At least, not to her. Basically, I shouldn't be here. By the way, you're doing pretty well with this whole talking to a dead girl thing.
Well, if you're friends with Max long enough, you get used to it. But I have many questions.
Do you know what it means? The visions, the different realities smashed together?
I have some, I want to say theories, but they're closer to fears at this point. Give me a minute. Max told me you're into astronomy. You want to take a look around? There's an image I captured upstairs that could be a new celestial object. Or it's just a speck of dust. Either way, you can help me name it.
Seriously? You're on.
All right, Moses. Let's see if you're as nerdy as Max says you are. This guy's being very polite to the crazy girl who showed up at his office and monologued about alternate realities. Simultaneously existing in a state of dead and hanging in there. This is the coolest kettle in the history of heating liquids. I'm not big on the magical schoolgirl thing, but she gets badass points for that eye patch. If I wanted to make Moses' day, I could ask for his anime recommendations. I wish my job would let me keep a nerd den. A pet iguana? Dude, this office has everything. Some of Max's favorites are in here. It's good that she found a new movie buddy. Did he paint this himself? Why'd he stop? Moses needs a name for this dot. I should help him out. A horticulturalist, too? What can't this guy do? This guy's being very polite to the crazy girl who showed up at his office and monologued about alternate realities. Moses is going full Pepe Silvia with this investigation.
That's where I found Max last night. The place would be rubble if she hadn't been there.
And Max thinks the house is where the fire started. I don't know why it's important, only that it is.
I've barely met this lady, but I keep seeing her face.
Safi was my best friend. I hate to put her up here, but she's been acting pretty erratic lately.
Whoa. What happened here?
Max took that photo before she jumped back here. But I swear the fire was in a slightly different place when she showed it to me yesterday.
So, Max's presence has changed something. But the fire is still on its way.
This guy's being very polite to the crazy girl who showed up at his office and monologued about alternate realities. Wow. Moses flies his weeb flag high. Maybe Moses would let me print something for Max's birthday. Whoa. I'll bet you could see light years with this baby.
Wow. You process quickly.
I'm just laying it all out. We'll see if anything emerges.
So, Professor, have you solved me yet?
Not in the slightest. But I do have some follow-up questions. I'm sure you do too. Why don't you start?
I don't mean to snoop, but who's Maya Okada?
She was a friend of Safi's. They were really close until Maya's suicide. That's what started all the craziness last year. Safi blamed several people for Maya's death, and she used her powers to get revenge.
Well, it's great that you bought her book.
And I wasn't the only one. Maya's work has been getting more attention in the last year. I'm sure Safi's delighted.
I know we have a metaphysical mystery to solve, but can I use your 3D printer?
What for?
It's Max's birthday. She's being so brave about this whole save the school thing, but I think she needs some encouragement. Your anime wall gave me an idea.
Say no more. You have to text me when you give it to her. She's gonna love it.
You got it. Give it to me straight, Doc. I'm ready.
I'd like to hear more about your visions. You said they started in December?
Yeah. And they weren't even visions at first. Just weird daydreams. Of a storm, or a path, or... But they just kept coming. Then I started thinking about them, even when I didn't want to think about them. And that moment in the green room a few days ago... I couldn't leave. I couldn't think about anything else. I was stuck on that path to the top.
Okay. What were you doing in the green room before it started?
Looking in a mirror. That place was a grimy dump. Usually my favorite kind of bar. But for some reason, I started thinking about tornadoes. When Max and I were in high school, there was this crazy week where Max thought a tornado was going to destroy the school. No, sorry, that did happen. But it also didn't happen? What's happening right now?
Let's start with what happened 10 years ago. A storm threatened your town, and Max was forced to make a choice. She let you die, averted the storm, and saved Arcadia Bay.
But I'm here.
Yes. Somehow, the storm didn't destroy the town, and you didn't die. Which doesn't make any sense, except... A year ago, a storm threatened the school and the town. And Max made another choice. Or rather, she refused to choose between Safi and Caledon. Somehow she saved Safi and the school. And however she tied those realities together, it appears...
She tied up some loose ends while she was at it. She brought me and Arcadia Bay back together? With Safi and all the rest?
Yes. Somehow. Your vision started when you remembered the tornado. The thing that couldn't have happened, but did. A paradox. Your life and experiences are coexisting along an entirely different reality. And that's not sustainable. Maybe when you encounter a paradox, you come unfixed somehow, but that would mean even us talking about it directly could... Oh no. Chloe, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, stay calm and tell me what you see.
It's always the same path. It ends in this outcropping with a couple of benches. Like a viewpoint.
The Overlook. That's where Safi died.
But there's a lighthouse, too. Like the one from Arcadia Bay. It's always the same path. It ends... There's a sign. It's for Caledon. And my old high school.
So this place pulls attributes from both towns. Hence the lighthouse.